Welcome back to another episode of the Career Corner. We are trying to build our nation and trying to make sure that the next generation does better than what we did or do better than we did. I mean, the main man is Sthe, who's going to introduce himself. You know what we do in Career Corner, Lena? The brother's going to introduce himself and tell us what he does for a living without wasting any time. Can you please, Sthe, take it away? Your name, sir, and what you do for a living right now in 2020.
All right, my name is Sthembiso Mvubu. I am the Coastal Sales Manager at Clover in KZN, managing KZN, Eastern Cape and Western Cape in terms of sales and distribution.
Wow, that sounds like a very important job. And you are lucky, I think you're one of the people like right now, because we're currently doing the lockdown in South Africa, but we're one of the people who's been working and who's affected by COVID, but you've been able to work and provide for your family. So let's just started your high school. Where did you graduate? Where did you get your high school education or matric?
Okay. Ngafunda Maritzburg College. I'm a KZN boy. Did Maritzburg College for matric, and then after matric, got afforded the opportunity to go to university. Was at UKZN and ngafunda undergraduate degree in psychology. Then I did an honors in media and communication, and then my qualification is sales and marketing certificate with distinction. You must always emphasize with distinction. Yeah, and that's my qualifications in a nutshell.
Okay, cool. Let's just go to your psychology degree. You went to UKZN, right? How long did it take you to do that the first part of your qualification? Because you had to do the other one before you do the rest of it.
Yeah. It's very funny you should ask that, because did you do the degree within time or did you need extra time? So it was a 3-year degree and I did it in 3 years. Straight after I finished my degree. It was actually a funny story, whereby in my 4th year I thought because Connie subject saying I fail because of short, so that I'd have to redo that subject in my 4th year. But when I went and checked your degree allocated marks, I actually found out that I qualified and I'd completed my undergraduate degree. So the following year, then I requested, literally, I think it was a 2-week process, whereby I actually asked, okay, Seng Pasile, can I please come through and do the honors? And then I was accepted into honors. It was a 1-year course, and I did it also in 1 year. They basically tell you that they only have money for the allocated time of the degree.
Yes, I know. When it's financial things, even okay.
If you fail or anything, then you will cocktail so
Okay, cool. Now, as far as what you've gotten, you said the degree you got is in psychology, right?
Yes, undergraduate in psychology.
And but when you did your honors, then you got media studies, media communication.
Yes, media communication honors.
Okay, then how do those qualifications get you from where you are? Because psychology, I know that the person you write down. That's what how I understood it. Psychology, you're going to be listening to people's problems, and people are going to be listening to. Basically, that's what we understand psychology. So when I'm doing these videos, I'm finding out with a lot of people who did psychology. There's a lot of careers and jobs that are out there for them. How do you now convert from those qualifications to where you are in 2020 right now? Just take us through your employment history, because you've been working for a couple of years now. You've been working for a couple of years. Can you just take us through your employment journey, the things that you did, just in terms of...
Okay, so I can honestly say that the degrees, I think it's something that you'll find when it comes to being employed, whereby most companies, they would say that you need to have a certain degree in order for you to be able to pursue a certain career. But I can safely say, after many years of being employed, at the end of the day, degree really for an employer, all it shows is that you've got the capability to learn and you've got the capability to understand, and you've got the ability to complete. Because most of the time, our employees are looking for people that, one, are qualified, and two, have completed. Because it's more of an attribute than you have to have a degree in that thing. Obviously, this is speaking for, like, in my field. I'm sales and marketing, FMCG. I can definitely say that when I got my sales and marketing qualification, that sales and marketing certificate, it really did make a big difference in terms of now being qualified for the work that I'm doing, for the roles that I was doing. So if you asked Utske, can I take you through my employment history?
What you did, like now?
Yeah, so I've been working for about 11 years now. Started off at SAB, straight out of university. I did sales, was an account manager, then became a team leader, then a sales leader. Then I moved from SAB and I went to Coca-Cola Fortune, which was in Limpopo. I did 6 months in Limpopo with Limpopo Lephalale. I was working by the Medupi power plant for Coca-Cola. I did 6 months as a territory sales team manager, then moved all the way back to KZN. I worked for 2 years in a company called Stratastaff, which is a temporary staffing solutions company. Started off as a regional sales consultant. Then I was promoted into a branch manager. I was working in Pinetown, did it for a year. Then moved to Johannesburg, worked in financial services, did a 6-month stint in financial services for a company called Devere. They dealt with international financing. So dealing in pounds, dollars, euros, overseas markets. Did that for 6 months. And then I moved into Coca-Cola. At that time it was ABI. And then the company converted to Coca-Cola Beverages South Africa. I came in as a management trainee, then became a team leader, acted as a sales manager. Did that for 2-3 years. Then I got promoted into head office at Coca-Cola, where I was working under the public relations department as an enterprise manager for the Gauteng region. And as the beginning of this year, I then moved back to KZN, started working at Clover as the regional, as the coastal sales manager. So I've worked in Gauteng, Limpopo, Free State, KZN, those provinces, and for about 5-6 companies. So it's been a journey, basically. You know why I was asking you this? I'm asking you this so that a person who's watching this, especially a young person, doesn't see Sthembiso Mvubu working for Clover in such like a nice position, doing what you do, and say, people have it easy. Most this guy just did one thing and then now he's here. Which has been a journey for you to evolve yourself throughout the years. Yeah. That's the I'm trying to get with this journey with you. Don't just Mercedes or BMW like, immediately. No, it takes time. Every step, because you evolve as a person and you learn things as a person and you grow as a person. It takes time, my brother. So thanks for sharing that. Now tell me, what work you've been doing in your qualification now? Because there's nothing else but smooth sailing in life. You know what I mean? There's nothing else smooth sailing in life. There's prawns, there's the good and the bad. But the idea of this is to show people would say, another thing, you are up there. Just because you're up there doesn't mean good things were smooth. You went through a lot of ups and downs as you were climbing the corporate ladder, as you were climbing the ladder of your life. You're going to get to where you are right now, because you still want to do more things with your life. What has been I'm challenging this in your life, whether it's work, whether it's personal, whether it's but you still were able to break through them. I think the most important thing when it comes to a career is to understand, first have a picture of where do you want to be? Where do you see yourself? It's always, they always say, start with the end in mind. And I think a lot of graduates or a lot of people that go into university or they go into the work environment. You go in because of trends, you go in because of what your parents say you should do, pick jobs that your parents say that you should do, your friends, trends, what I would say is that the having a picture of where you want to go is the most important. If I was to say, what have I gone through? We've been through retrenchments. We've been through downsizing. We've been through having to relocate, having to move cities because the job that you were doing is no longer available in the town that you're in. So there was a situation at SAB when I had to move from Mafikeng to Rustenburg because the job that was available, my job became redundant and it was moved into another job that was in Rustenburg. So I had to move. It's either you move or you don't have a job. So I definitely say having that flexibility. I've been through, I can say, financials. Anybody who says they've been employed for a long time, there's no way that you can say that you've never been broke. There's been times where things have been hard financially. I think it's more part of ukufunda, how to manage your finances, manage yourself. It's things. There are things that you will learn in the journey that are part and parcel of the journey. I've been through family death, especially with our culture, whereby it becomes very hard, especially if you're working far away, to come down for imngcwabo, umshado, and you have to deal with the perception of maybe umndeni now think that you're no longer making yourself available. But at the time, you can't travel down because you work so far away. Just to get time to come down is a hard. I'd say another hardship not hardship, but things that I've gone through is relationships. I was previously married and I'm now currently divorced. And these are things that happen in life. And if I was to give a summary as to what is, the inspiration to continue, I'd definitely say it's knowing what it is that you want and understanding that everything that you go through, everything good, everything bad, sort of builds you up for the next stage in your life. Every new level in your life is going to demand a new version of you or a better version of you. And you need to be having that perspective in terms of everything that happens, saying that, okay, kunzima manje, kodwa ngeke kube nzima forever. Hard times come, but they don't last. And it's more about what do you do during that time of kubanzima. There's a lot of people that give up. There's people that I'd say become despondent. The one thing that I definitely say was a big booster for me is, during each company that I went into, I tried to make sure that I learned new things in that environment, equip myself, get as much internal qualifications as available in the company, because there's always training. And if you actually do that, by the time you start a new job, you now have that experience or that background, which will assist you in the future. So, as a simple example, working all around South Africa, I now have the added advantage of being able to speak Isotho, Tswana, Afrikaans, Xhosa. I can hear it. I don't have a problem traveling. I don't have a problem interacting with people from different cultures, different backgrounds, because I've worked in different places.
Okay. Brother, what you're saying, there's a thing that you said that you mustn't put over. That is just in my mind. The thing about getting those new qualifications internally, you know what I mean? That's very, very important, because there are things, so if you work for a company, those small courses that you can do within the company, basically don't be like, I'm relaxed right now, I'm chilling, whatever the case may be. Once you start working, because it's another thing that helps people get promoted. The employer says, go to this one, this one is hungry for this thing, this one. But this one is here to relax and once I day this one. Okay, we're going to leave this one, we're going to go for this one. It's very, very important to take that into it. Once you start working as a young person, don't now say, I've got my qualification, I've got my job, relax. That's it. That's the smooth state. But for the next 2 years, this is me. I'm on cruise control. It doesn't work like that. You constantly need to evolve yourself and equip yourself and empower yourself while you are inside the job market, so that after you start some retrenchment with any sector. But that's why I know that you've been working, as much as we have a couple of you guys, more January, 2019. Right now, we have to go through a retrenchment.
Yes.
So that doing that, who has been showing up and putting out, who has been really there every day, it's very, very, very important, my brother. Thank you very much for sharing that. It's very, very important. So now, currently the job that you're doing, how can you go into just tell us exactly, because now you can title it and say who's you working for Clover. Wow, it's nice. I'm thinking milk. Like, honestly, I'm just thinking which this guy sells milk. Can you just tell us what your job is?
So if I look at my role as coastal sales manager for Clover, what I do, my every day is to equip and help manage the regions in terms of sales and distribution. So in the regions, I've got AMA managers. So it's more of a hierarchical strategy whereby I've got my managers that managers below them, and then I'm a sales rep. And the market that we work in it's called emerging markets, which would be your spaza shops, your location stores, your township stores. That's that sort of market. And also doing my restaurants. So it's basically making sure, if I was to put it in a nutshell, it's making sure that Clover products are visible and are accessible to the localized market of South Africa in the provinces of KZN, Eastern Cape, and Western Cape.
Oh, basically, to make sure we see, like, basically,
not just to be. I mean, the portfolio of Clover products, we've got over 100 products, and then we also work with other companies where we work within as a joint strategy. So it's more. I mean, the nice thing about it is that I've worked in FMCG for a while. So having worked in liquor to Coca-Cola to now working in Clover, it's actually given me a nice perspective in terms of understanding how do different products work in different markets and why do people buy certain things. So to the point of actually being able to operate during COVID, we were declared an essential service. So unlike the guys who are in liquor, because of the liquor ban, they couldn't be able to get badais. Unlike the guys that do cigarettes, the sales reps that do cigarettes, they couldn't sell because cigarettes were banned. I could say the same maybe for Coca-Cola, maybe it being a little bit more difficult because it's not really declared an essential service. Like people can't live without drinking that beverage. But at Clover, the products that we sell are actually part of our daily products that people need. So having it's fortuitous. Mugutu Muntu is actually in this company at this time, because if I think about it, if it was at other companies, it could have been a completely different story.
Yeah, wow. I never even thought about that. You just made me realize so many things. I never literally thought. It's like it's what I'm trying to achieve with this thing. Like little things like that. It's like a guy who works for Clover, like you are a sales rep working, but you're selling a certain product. When the economy is facing what they're facing, because it's not only that, like right now because of COVID, guys can't sell alcohol. It's not about it. It's like, do people need this thing right now, or do you not need this thing? Yes, you have the same qualification, but the field you have transferred. Because if you're working at SAP like you were just on cross control at SAP, like part of Marcos, you'll be sitting at home right now saying, the government, that's it has to be done to make sure we have like a smooth sailing out of this whole COVID situation. That's very, very important. Looking look at can I still be doing this job in the next 5 years? Should anything happen, am I safe with my job on its own? It's very, very powerful, brother. Like thank you for that information. So now before we close, a person who's watching this who wants to do sponsor, who wants to say, okay, this guy is doing his job, it's amazing, I want to be like this guy. I want to be 30-something, but you look 20-something, travel and records. What is the advice you can tell to a kid in high school right now who's watching this? This is a guy I want to be like. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to stay. I want to be able to say I've stayed in different provinces. you just have stayed in different countries, because I believe your job can also take you overseas. You can work easily with your qualification overseas if they were I want to be able to be multilingual. I can be a guy that is in Ngoma right now, or is Kawin, but this guy sounds like somebody I could actually be. What's the advice you could give to young people who are watching this right now?
I think the first advice is you can do it. You need to back yourself. You need to always have that confidence in that whatever you dream of, whatever you think of, if you can dream it, you are more than able to do it. There's no goal that is impossible. Things can get hard, but if you have the goal to do it, I think then that's the first thing. From the blocks, you must know you can achieve it. Then if the other thing I would say is that, take time to work on yourself, understanding it's so much easier to grow in life when you know who you are. What are the things that you want to do? What are the things you want to achieve? Where are the places that you want to go? And I'd say also beware of limiting beliefs. I think into enkulu ebulala intsha is limiting beliefs, whereby we just because people tell you that you can't do something, you then start believing those people. I would also say that you need to be looking for people that are where you want to be. So, as a simple example, it doesn't make sense to ask umuntu ongakaze agijime marathon ukuthi what training routine must I use to prepare for a marathon? You need to be asking the people that are in your goals, that are where you want to be. Get mentorship from those people, engage with those people. You'll actually find that the most successful people who are at the end of the goals that you want, they are more than actually willing to help, because they know how hard it was to actually get there, and they are more than willing to assist abantu. They mustn't go through the hardships that they went through. So definitely seeking a mentor. And I think another point is to just always try to assist. I think a very important thing that might get neglected by abantu, especially abantu abamnyama, is that if you have broken through and become successful, the onus then becomes on you to make sure that you share that knowledge and you help whoever you can within your abilities. If let's say kuba nethuba whereby in my job, I now know we have to go to ilogish, and in that logish, if nigga CEO dies at stores, if I know ilogish where I've got friends or I've got people that I know and that I can help uplift that community, then do those things. Try and assist as many people from your environment, from your background. Because the only way that we can grow as Abantu is if, as much as we can assist others to get them, to have it easier or better, or at least, don't do this. When I tried this, it didn't quite work out, so I'd advise you to do this. So helping other people definitely is one way that you can use to go further.
Okay, brother. Wow. Hi, friends. Begin. I thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you for doing this thing with us. I think for now we just stop it because we don't want it to be too long. One person to watch it, get something, soak it in, keep playing it. It becomes a complicated thing. No, thank you, my brother. Thank you for your time. And doing Saturday today. Go and relax at the beach. I envy you. You go enjoy yourself at the beach, bro. Yeah.
Thank you.
Ratata, Keria Kona, Ratata. I'll shine for you.
Ratata, Cheriako, Ratata.
Thank you so much. Cut, we are.